Guys, so we all know that two big things missing from this trailer were Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker Spider-Man, however you want to call it. Was this a disappointment? Personally, I'm going to go with no. I actually wasn't expecting them in this trailer. I was very excited to not have them, but I do think there were some hints at them. So I'm going to talk about that. Did we actually see, without seeing, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this trailer? Let's talk about it. So we get to this scaffold scene, and we can see that a lot of the CGI in this trailer is very crudely done. And I think that that's for two reasons. One, you don't want to always spend all your time on a trailer, and you kind of have to let some things slide, and that's okay. Two, I think it was done on purpose because they cut out some final CGI stuff that included Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. In that scaffold scene, it was absolutely amazing. We get to see Lizard, Sandman, and Electro all go at it with Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Tom Holland's universe version, whatever you want to call it, however you want to break that down. I don't really care. That's not the point. The point is I truly do believe that we got to see them in here. So let's take a look. So not only are we going to get to see arguably one of the best Spider-Men out there come back, but I think we're going to get to see it in exactly where we saw some leak footage happen. Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man was very quippy, very well done, and I honestly think that he was the best actor to play Spider-Man. Maybe not the best actor to play, obviously, Peter Parker, but it is what it is. He's a really great actor that has done a great job with this character in both movies that we got to see him, and I'm really excited to see him again, hopefully in this movie. Now also, we got to see, obviously in this trailer, Norman Osborn's Green Goblin from the Raimi universe, played by Willem Dafoe. There's another Green Goblin in there. I'm not quite sure who that is yet, but that's not what this is about. I also believe that we did see Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker in this trailer without actually being able to see him. And this is kind of where I think we're going to see it. It's in the scaffold scene. It's kind of hard to tell what exactly this building is and whatnot, but we see a lot of lightning happening overhead, and there's just a lot going on. It's one of those scenes where it's ominous as can be, and we get to see Electro doing his thing, controlling electricity in a lot of the different scenes around this amazing trailer. And then we jump to the scaffold scene shortly after a lot of other stuff has happened, and honestly, this is probably one of the coolest fight scenes that we're going to see because it includes a lot of stuff in it. The scaffold scene might be toward the end of the movie or maybe even in the middle when we first get introduced to the other two Spider-Men, but we clearly see Doc Ock in this scaffold scene. We see almost all of the Sinister Six. We see that cube and Electro trying to chase after it, and Peter trying to get it away. Which leads me to believe two things. One, Peter's kind of accepted that let's capture these guys. I was off. And two, maybe, just maybe, Peter's going to get away with these things, this cube, while the other two Spider-Men are fighting off the Sinister Six. So in this freeze frame, you can see clearly, lo and behold, Lizard is fighting someone below Tom Holland's Spider-Man, where Sandman all is fighting villains, Tom Holland, fighting which we see him different character on the Let's hand. Slow it down, and you see Electro so you can fighting someone above Tom Holland. That is exactly where this trailer shows us there is more than one Spider-Man in this scene.
Now,
but
this was
they're not going to give it away that quickly.
Don't think they left out too much that needed to be left out. Ugh, that sucked. Now, I thought this was a pretty amazing trailer. I definitely don't think that they needed to have those two Spider-Men in it. I think that it was absolutely perfect the way that it was. And leaving them out leaves us to see where exactly they're going to come into the movie. Because wouldn't it be really awesome to see MJ get saved by one of the other Peters? I think that would be a really interesting way to introduce them. And as we know from the end of it, it's kind of a toss-up of what's about to happen with these two, with this whole movie, and we really still only know the characters. Like, that's what all the leaks have been about. It's not really the story. If you think about it, even the plot leak kind of breaks down the fact that so-and-so's going to be fighting so-and-so, so-and-so's going to die, this is going to happen. We have no idea yet how this is pushing the MCU forward, and I think that's going to be the biggest way that we're going to see this movie take off, is how is this going to tie in to Morbius? How is this going to tie into Phase 4? And what could we possibly see happen after this in the Multiverse of Madness? 3 amazing ways that this one movie will play out and do something crazy. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. If we're going to get another trailer, which I don't think we will, we might get a few TV spots, but I really don't think we're going to see Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in any of these trailers. With all that being said, thank you for watching. #Loungers Assemble, and as always, stay nerdy, comic fam. It's been a pleasure. See you all soon.